Hello, everyone. Uh, Today, we're doing Pokemon Hot Takes. Got my boy here, Lynn. Say hi.
Yeah, that's good.
And, he's going to give some of his hot takes. Then it's going to be my turn next. It's going to be, he's going to go first. I'm going to go second, like that. And with that being said, if you're in the like and video, subscribe. That's going to really help me out. Now, let's begin. First hot take.
Gen 4 is a pretty bad gen. I'm not gonna hold.
Can you elaborate?
Um, Diamond and Pearl were just okay games. Platinum making them a solid game, and I feel like the love from Gen 4 comes just from pure nostalgia of Platinum, as Platinum was like the game that I think anyone could get their hands on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because that was a DS game. Not everyone had a Game Boy or the older Game Boys, but a lot of people had a DS. It was one of the more selling items, so everyone was able to get platinum.
I think it's one of the best selling consoles of all time.
The DS series, like the DS series, they went boom, DS, DS Lite, DS Plus, 3DS, new 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS, 2DS XL, new 2DS. They milked that thing until they're like, man, we got to release another console. I have fond memories of Platinum because it was so accessible. Everyone, all their friends could get it, but it just wasn't. It was a good game, and then Diamond and Pearl were just,
I think you made a lot of people mad.
I'm just saying.
I know you
Uh,
think like I know you think Black and White 2 is some of the best Pokemon games of all time.
oh, yeah, I do. When have you ever actually? I was gonna say something. I was gonna say, when have you ever heard that Dialga and Palkia were some people's favorites? That some people's favorite box art legendaries, but Reshiram and Zekrom aren't up there either. So I'm not gonna go there. But I think that because between the iconicness of Gen 3, right? You have Gen 3, which is something to come. Like they're still milking it. You know what I mean? Rayquaza is
Yeah.
still being used in new events and mobile get everything, right? And then right after you have the 16-bit masterpiece that is black and white too. Don't get me started on those. Those are my babies. I love black and white.
Oh, this is a hot take video. You getting into it? Getting into
I
it.
know, I know, I know. But between the absolute masterpiece and iconic piece that is Gen 3 and Gen 5, you just got this transition, I guess. Like Gen 4 feels like a transition thing. You know what I mean? New
Yeah.
style. They like Gen 2. The original silver and gold weren't that good. But Gen 2 and then you got Gen 3 where they were getting their groove
Oh,
on.
you can't just say that and then try to skip over it. Like, go on, continue.
I'm gonna get there. You got this, then you got Gen 4, which felt like this transition of what they were trying to figure out, and then you have Gen 5, that masterpiece.
I'm disappointed in Z, not because I think it's gonna be bad. I think, well, I'm stuck in one town of the region I grew up in, so it's kind of sucks.
I think they're gonna flush it out because isn't it in Paris?
Yeah.
We got the catacombs.
You know what they say? You know the song? Something in Paris. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Silver and gold is just like, let's say you made something beautiful, right? You made Pokemon. I absolutely, like, cards start coming out. You got an anime. Kids are fiending over it, trading and all this. And you're like, man, we got to capitalize. Make a second game. Make a second game. So you make the second game. You add a new type. You add more Pokemon. You add a whole new region and characters, and it's not that good. Good Stepway, not that good. Release a whole bunch of Pokemon without even second evolutions, which get what, more evolutions in like Gen 4, and then some coming to, you know what I mean? All That's where a bulk of Gen 4's Pokemon come from too. Just the evolutions of Pokemon that we got that should have already gotten evolutions.
Ooh. So
So then the first gym is just one dude with a bunch of Pidgeys. Just one dude with a bunch of Pidgeys. And you would think that it's just like, man, maybe it gets better. No, multiple gyms are just like, just give them some of the same Pokemon.
Okay, what about Heart Gold?
Heart Gold and Soul Silver is beautiful.
Okay.
They fixed it. They fixed it. They just added the first game back. You're telling me that's crazy? That's revolutionary? Just making the first game, but harder? That's it?
Remember, guys, he's saying this, not me. I gotta specify that because people will come after me.
That boy believes everything I say. I'm joking.
Not.
We have the remakes. The remakes are great. I think all of the I think most of the remakes are great.
I was gonna say. You think Let's Go Pikachu? You think Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are good games?
There is one remake that is Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are some solid games. Those are like if you want to get someone into Pokemon, if you hand them Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, I feel like they'd be super happy.
I know where you live. Don't ever say that to me. Don't ever say that. Don't even say it to people watching this video.
It's literally just a red and blue remake.
Shut up. Shut up.
Sure.
Never bring that up.
Heart Gold.
You know I don't like Gen 1. I just like Charizard and a few other Pokemon.
That boy. I don't think anyone Gen 1 is like it's good. It made Pokemon, so I can't be mad. But the people who are like, Gen 1's still best gen. Half of the Gen 1 Pokemon, end quote, are just animals. Another hot take. I think a lot of the side games are better than the main games. There's this one side game in particular that lies in my heart.
That boy loves him some Poke Park too. That boy loves him some Poke Park.
Poke Park 2. Let me tell you something. When you wake up one morning, right? Actually, it's Christmas. Imagine this. Early 2000s Christmas. You get home from school. You know, you guys watch the Polar Express, your PJs. They made you all hot cocoa from a single packet, so it's still a little watered down. And you get home, you go to sleep. Lil Lynn closes his eyes, wakes up the next morning, goes to his little Christmas tree, looks there, and sees a gigantic box. It's supposed to be put on its side, but no one puts it on its side because that's stupid. So you put a long ways up, and a nice game called Poke Park. I know I was just talking about how nostalgia blinds, but nostalgia don't blind here. I replayed it a little bit ago.
Ooh.
And you collect every Pokemon, you get all the nice little high scores, and you discover the power of friendship. And then Poke Park 2 comes out, and it's even better. The battles are better, the controls are better, there's more Pokemon, there's legendary, it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden, you get a little older. You know, your Wii starts to die out a little bit. You're like, I need another console. And your friend comes up to you with this nice little blue box and says, "Hey, bro, I got this game called Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness." You then proceed to figure out what Pokemon Coliseum is, what Pokemon Ren, all these other Pokemon side games, which is just full games that are permanently locked into devil battles, but we don't want to talk about that part. I don't know why it is. So
I love double battles. I do. I'll leave it at that.
you can. We're on my hot takes right now.
That's not a hot take. This is like I just like double battles. They just make the game like better.
The Gen 7 anime wasn't that bad. People are just freaking out. It was supposed to be casual. It was supposed to be nice, and people hated on it too much. I get that Gen 6. Well, if you didn't like the game, you at least like that. You at least like the anime. The anime went crazy, and you can't say anything about it. Noivern isn't that bad of a Pokemon. Anyway,
You're that's not even a hot take. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. Certain opinions are just wrong. Boy was trash on Ash's team.
That boy fought a legendary. Noivern fought a legend. 2 legendaries.
Okay, but when Ash was in the final, Ash was in the finals, what happened? He got what? He got one shot of his own.
You wanna know why? Because Ash was fighting people whose Pokemon could level mountains. That's why. I think it was time. It was Ash's time to go in the anime.
Uh, it's not like the people they replaced him with is much better. I mean,
I mean,
ooh,
I haven't I haven't watched it, but Ash, he did his thing. He became world champion, and that was his goal, to become the best trainer there was, and he
yeah,
did it. And people are mad that he left after he did what he was supposed to do.
yeah. But then if he kind of just stuck around and he had nothing to do, then people get mad at that. So you
Yeah,
can't win.
yeah. You never win with Pokemon fans.
No. I think Gen 7 is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I think the anime is a slice of life. It's fun. Everything else is horrible. I think Sun and Moon.
Moon,
I think Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon are trash.
they are a bit of a yap session, but other
It's
than
just,
that,
it's just,
gameplay is
it's just
amazing.
all the cutscene. I just want to catch Pokemon. Why are you telling me this deep story?
Gen 5 had a deep story.
Yeah, but Gen 5 was in my face with every 5 minutes, so I can enjoy Gen 5. That was the thing. Gen 7, it was like they were in your face with it. Oh, my mom doesn't love me. Oh, can you help me with this? Oh, can you almost die for this? Hey, man, are we friends? Come on, pal. Let's battle. Hey, man, I may have lost to you, but you're still the best guy around, and we're supposed to be rivals.
Hype.
When who glazes their rival? I didn't like the cutscenes. I didn't. I like the fights. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I didn't like the fights. I'll be lying. But I just didn't like the cutscenes. Too many of them. It's like I would get into a flow, and then I feel like the cutscenes just make it up. They'll tell me to do something, I'll do it, and then I'm in the cutscene like just slog to get through. That was really my biggest problem. And then someone's gonna say you just don't like to read. That's not true. But I'm playing a Pokemon game. I want action. I'm not here for a story in a Pokemon game. I don't think you play a Pokemon game for a deep story.
I played Gen 5 for a deep story.
Yeah, but no one expected Gen 5 to have a deep story. And also, it wasn't in your face with it. That's the point. Anyways, what's my next top city? Uh, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are the best Pokemon games of all time. Better than Emerald and slightly better than Black and White too. It just captures a like you take Emerald, which is already beautiful. You take that, you put it into 3D, you give it
Oh,
Mega Evolution. You have expanded cutscenes, right? The villains kind of get redeemed. I think that like the Battle Mansion or something, right? You team up with them, you battle, so they get redeemed. They get a nice little redesign of the world. Wally gets more screen time. That final Wally fight with that song. Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Oh, y'all don't know about that.
they
And
don't.
what else? What else? Mega Sceptile. Mega Sceptile.
Mega Sceptile is one of my favorite Pokemon.
I feel like Legends Arceus never needed to exist.
I
I,
think it was a very competent side game that made up for the faults that they did.
it wasn't. No, it's not a side game. It's a main game.
I think it was a very competent side game that made up for the
It,
faults that they did.
it's a main game. It's canon.
All right.
I'm telling you, yes, they can officially confirm it's a main game. But yeah, Legends shouldn't exist. They should have took all that Legends budget and just put it in the Gen 9, combine Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus, and you have the best game. Um, I know Lynn can't see it right now what I'm really referring to, but if you just take Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus and you make it into one game, you can get something. Which I guess he'll know when I send him the video. But yeah,
I
that's
think that editing magic goes crazy, huh?
oh yeah, that editing magic gonna go crazy. Yeah,
I just can't see what's going on. I
you
wish I
you,
wish
you can't see what I'm talking about, but y'all know.
I'll know.
Um, I think I need to talk about this. So I made a deal with Lynn. I signed a contract. Let me just cut to the point. I signed a contract saying if Gen 10 was a bad game, oh, I gotta quit Pokemon, and he'll never let
Forever,
me down
forever, ever.
forever. I can never play it. But also in that contract, he said if it was the best Pokemon game, he would buy it. So hey, hey. But also in said contract, it also says if it's a good game, then I don't have to give up Pokemon. So yay. Also, the only reason why I made that deal because I'm confident in Game Freak. Because I don't think you're gonna mess up on your 10th generation. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Because it's not like Gen 8 and Gen 9 were bad. Gen 9 for obvious reasons, and Gen 8, well, Gen 8 had battles that should have happened that didn't happen. You know, you got these big
Dude,
monsters attacking
okay,
your system.
hold on. Quick spiel. Quick spiel. Let's say this. Okay, this whole franchise, right? Every single Pokemon game, you are out there fighting a genuine terror or a gang. A
Whoa, whoa,
gang.
whoa, whoa! You can't say that T word. I got you this one. I'll censor it, but I got you. I got you.
You can't. You fight bad people. You fight very bad people. We're gonna use some kind of imagery. I hope we use some kind of imagery to get our point across. And then in Gen 8, right? You are gonna go, you hear these bad things happening. There's Dynamax Pokemon everywhere, horrible things are happening. And you're like, man, I am an 11-year-old. I'm gonna go fight the Dynamax Pokemon and try and figure it out. And the adults in this game are like, nah, bro, you're good. Go focus on what you were doing. Excuse me? This isn't how a Pokemon game works. And
I'm
then they,
supposed I'm supposed to complain that you're not doing your job. Now you're doing it. Now I can't play the game.
and go do it for you. Exactly. That's the true Pokemon experience. But no, y'all want to be responsible adults now? And then the exact next game, they're like, yeah, go fight some ancient titans.
They
What
knew it.
happened in 8? What happened in 8?
They knew they messed up. Also, I think Scarlet and Violet is a vast, even with the bugs and glitches, is a vastly better game due to the fights you get to have. I already said I don't think Legends Arceus should exist. I still think it's a good game though. For anyone tries to say something to me. Um, ooh, not Gen 1, not Gen 2. Uh, I think people hating on humanoid Pokemon makes no sense. I mean, I think it actually no, not that one, not that one. I think okay. I think certain Pokemon being cut actually made a lot of sense. Because let's be real, you remember the three monkeys from Black and White?
Yeah.
Who was using those? Exactly. That's my point. Certain Pokemon people weren't using, so they were cut. And then people got mad that said Pokemon were cut. I remember I seen a post of a dude talk about some. My Infernape has been my best friend since I was 5 years old. Go touch grass. Go touch grass. It's not that deep.
I was I got
Look, look.
I
So
have a
look, one of
favorite
my favorite
Pokemon. I
Pokemon.
don't have a Pokemon I've been, crossing over every generation for.
Look. A few of my favorite Pokemon got cut from Sword and Shield too. But you know what I did? I was mad. I just didn't care enough. I still played it. I
Found
still
new
had a great time.
Pokemon. Hey, bro, I'm not gonna hold. Snom. I just kept it pushing. Snom's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Like, let's be real. Like, I'll admit certain Pokemon shouldn't have been cut. Like Absol's not in like Scarlet and Violet, which I think makes no sense. But like I said, I'm not mad about it. It just is what it is. I got Umbreon, so I'm gonna just keep
One
going.
of your favorite Pokemon.
Huh?
Apps is one of your favorite Pokemon.
Yes, one of my favorites. What's there not to
I
love?
think regional decks make sense. Like Pokemon in America can't you aren't gonna be Pokemon native to America aren't gonna be in Japan. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
in Switzerland.
Yeah. So
It makes sense.
here's the thing. Like if you're not using this Pokemon and you're mad that it got cut, I don't know what to tell you. You know, maybe start there's 1,000 Pokemon, so maybe if you start using all 1,000 of them, maybe they never would have got cut in the first place. That actually makes it to where you don't know if your favorite Pokemon's coming back. And that kind of makes it exciting. Well, of course, mine is Umbreon, so I always know it's going to be there because Eevee. Well, with that being said, I guess thanks for watching and goodbye.
Bye everyone.